6. All right.
Let's go.
We go to the Big Daddy camera. It looks like everything's moving in the right direction. Can we check? Can we check? 1, 2, 3, check. Pod track going up and down. Streamlabs going side to side. And welcome to the Bottom of the Glass Nation show on a Thursday evening. It is a little at 6, coming up on 6 o'clock Los Angeles time. I'm not sure what time it is where you live, but it's an o'clock. I give you that. It may be 10 o'clock in the morning. It could be 9 o'clock at night, but it's an o'clock. We're all sharing an o'clock tonight. So remember, if you look up and you can see the sun or you can see the moon, we all share that in common. We're all breathing the same air. And no matter what time it is, no matter where you are on the planet, we all share an o'clock. I think that's important. That binds us together like the Force. You understand what that means? That is some serious shit there. You're Russian and in Siberia. You could be in China. You could be in the United States. It's an o'clock moment. This is o'clock. Wherever you are, read it out loud. 6:01 o'clock. 2:01 o'clock. It's an o'clock moment for all of us. Now, we got... I don't know why the fuck I said it. I don't know why I said any of this stuff. It just went off on a tangent because it hit me that way. All right. We don't have a... How do I keep losing my shit in here? I don't have...
That's what happens when you turn 57.
Okay, I don't even know if your camera works. Oh, yeah, it does.
Ah, damn.
You know, I don't know what happened. I had the Sun Valley Fox's picture. I've kept it on that screen. I just left it there. It's gone. I can read the things that are on there. It's not there. It's just here. New mics, jars, new cam. No, it's not there. Go back to the Big Daddy cam. New mics, jar.
You lost a few brain cells in the last 24 hours.
It's not there. How would we lose that? That's very upsetting.
What happens?
Do you have anything between the sheets you'd like to say?
Let me see. Let me check. Noel says, happy belated birthday to you, General. Hope you had a hell of a holiday, my friend.
It has been a sprint. As someone said, it's going to be a marathon. No, every day was a sprint. My wife kept saying, all right, we got 20-some days in a row, and you're just going to have to pace yourself and keep going. All right. I was ready for a just no. Every morning was a cattle prod up my ass going, go, go, go. I'm like, hey, we can't sprint every day. And yet here we are, sprinting every day.
We don't sprint at our age.
No.
There's no sprinting.
Is there different speeds or variations of a waddle? Because I do waddle at different speeds with my bad knee. Being so fat and my bad knee, I have different motions and different speeds of the waddle.
Oh my gosh.
We'd have to classify that. One's definitely a weeble wobble where I don't really go anywhere. I just kind of move around. One is a duck waddle where I get a little bit of traction and I'm kind of looking around as I go.
Funny.
There's some stuff there. I think there's some investigation needs to be done. So we can raise a glass and start tonight, but we can't do it with the Sun Valley Fox's $1.2 million view because I've lost his view.
Hey, this guy chases wildlife and outdoors on YouTube. Was your birthday yesterday?
Yeah.
They're asking.
That's a good deduction there, Chase. It is as sharp as a tack. It was yesterday. I have 57 laps around the sun, and I just started. Today was start of lap 58. I really only promised my wife and my kids, a true story, that I'd have 50 laps. I go, that's all I'm promising you guys. No matter what, I'll make myself get to 50. After that, I don't care what happens. So I got to 50. And now I'm considered on borrowed time, So this is overtime. We're in overtime right now, and then we made it 7 years past my expiration date. So,
you are now an old man to me.
Yeah. Oh, because now I'm 57 and I'm older technically?
Yes.
So now I'm an old man.
Yes. And also Shiloh on YouTube said, congrats on the engagement in our family.
Yeah, that worked out well. The pot-smoking hippie kid. Yeah, pot-smoking, computer repairing, tree-hugging, liberal hippie from Northern California. He's been nervous for months. He got the ring, and I had to help him fix his truck so he could sell his truck. So I helped him fix the truck, sold the truck, got the money for the ring, got the ring.
It was a process.
And then UPS lost the ring.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
They sent the ring to the wrong house and left it on the doorstep and said, send him a picture and go, here's your box. He's like, that's not my front porch. It's not my house. What the fuck, man? Yeah. And then I said, don't worry. I'm sure you got the insurance. He goes, no, I didn't buy the insurance on the ring. I said, oh, my God, the one fucking, I go, you'll insure video games when you get them sent to you, but you won't insure that? So he did get it, though, and it was just what she wanted, and she did say yes. So there's peace in the world. Yes. That worked out well. We're very, very happy to have her officially part of the family. She's been part of the family for years, but this is one step closer to official, and I couldn't be happier. So that worked out well. Yep. Good stuff there. So everybody in here, and the comments are reading as scrolling through the comment section. I'm trying to read them here. Scrolling. Oh, my
John
ass
Nunez
is swollen.
on Facebook. Remember, General, life's a journey, not a destination, and hope you had a happy belated birthday and a good holiday weekend.
That's what Tina V just said. Happy belated birthday. Congrats on the investigation. No, engagement.
Investigation.
I'm tired. Kristen Hartman said that. And people talking back and forth in there. So that's good. I'm just tough. It is a tough day. I am exhausted. Anybody who got the Patreon message, those of you members of Patreon, there's one yawn. I'm saying the over-under on that is going to be 6 because you are just as exhausted as I am.
I am.
So we'll see, but it's been tough. But if you guys, Patreon, you got the message. It was going to be a little bit of a short show. We were exhausted, but we weren't going to quit on you guys. We're going to be here. Yeah. Same if you went to the website. Are we going live? I try to update that every single day, even if it's in the last hour before the show. I go over there and I write something. Today I wrote, we're on time, but we're fucking tired. I wrote it down for you guys. So now you know what I know.
Star Roberts just gifted 5 memberships on YouTube today. Thank you so much, Star.
I'm unhappy with, I don't even know what you call Sammy Jo. Sammy Jo's been on staff for a while, but she had an emergency with life, some stuff she had to take care of, and she pulled back and said, just give me a couple weeks to reorganize and I'll be back.
Right.
So is she still considered staff, or is she ex-staff?
She's on vacation.
Hiatus staff?
Hiatus.
Okay. Well, I'm very angry at a hiatus staff member, and let me tell you why, because she just fucking ruined everything for me. She did. She did. Okay, let's go. We'll submit this to the jury. We'll put up a poll. Let's put up a poll right now. Let's find the button for the poll. This is poll worthy. All right. Sorry, Q&A. No. I don't want to do that. There's a poll. I know there's a way to poll in here. There it is.
Welcome to it.
All right. We'll do this real quick here. Did Sammy Jo ruin everything? That's the poll. The question is, did Sammy Jo ruin everything? Okay. Did Sammy Jo, yes or no? And I'll put it up now, and then you have to wait. Don't answer and say no. Don't say no. She didn't ruin it. You don't even know what I'm telling. I haven't told the story yet. You can't vote just yet. All right. So the poll for tonight, and it's on YouTube. I'm sorry I can't put that up. I bet there's a way to do it on Streamlabs where everybody gets to vote. I just don't know how to do that. All right. So people are already saying no. They're already voting no.
You're not going to get that.
Okay. So here's the deal. So what I did, you guys know that during the holidays, and the holidays aren't over yet. We got another week and then New Year, so the holidays are still in process. But I did a crossword puzzle that was all about hardcore Gen X stuff. And I think, was it Christopher Sevick that asked for the results? He wanted to compare his.
Yes, he did.
So I posted that somewhere on Discord. I just did a little while ago. I put up the answer sheet for you guys because it's over. And then we did a word search. We had a word search for you guys. You click on the link. Something to do when you're bored. We do try to do some of those things. And so what I was trying to do was I was doing a super secret crossword puzzle. Okay. Super secret crossword puzzle, and I was going to secret it, post it, and I was going to have a prize. It had little instructions that said, when you complete this, screenshot it and send it to me, and let me see if you got it right, and we'll do a little something. I thought that'd be fun, and if anybody stumbled across the crossword puzzle, because I wasn't going to tell everybody about the crossword puzzle, and I wasn't going to say where to go find the crossword puzzle. Somewhere in the Gen X Talks realm, that's 2 yawns.
Oh,
I caught you. That's
stop. 2. Don't announce it to everybody.
Well, we have a betting pool. The over/under 6. So that's 2. Anyway, so Sammy Jo finally calls me today because she's been on hiatus, and she was just kind of unloading. She was letting me know about all the problems, and the big company she works for is closing down, and she's trying to get the hours in, and the holidays and relatives. It was a mess. She goes, I'm sorry that I had to pull back from Gen X Talks and it's no problem at all. And I said, well, so while we're on the phone, I said, listen, I know you're not on staff right now. You're on hiatus. So I'm going to tell you something. I'm doing a hidden poll. I'm doing a secret poll. Secret crossword. And here's what it was. See this right there? Do you see this crossword? I made this. This isn't a computer generated one.
When you were supposed to be working.
What's that?
When you were supposed to be working.
I was working. This is for Gen X Talks.
Like it had to be done.
It had to be done. I got all my podcasts editing and stuff done first. So
I'm
anyway,
putting my hair up, but I can't find a pony.
Good, then leave it down. All right, so here we are. What was I saying before I was so rudely interrupted? Oh, that's right. So do you see the intricacies of this? I did this. I mean, the computer, obviously, it helps you print it and do it. But I put every word where it goes and there's a lot of intersecting words where you wouldn't normally, see it. A computer doesn't do that. A computer's like, oh, this word won't fit anymore. Bullshit, it won't fit. I will invent words. So I do this, and I'm telling Sammy Joe about it. I'm like, it's going to be a big streak. I'm not going to tell anybody about it. I'm going to go, and I said, don't go looking for it and don't play it. Number one, she's on staff, and number two, I said, you're on vacation. You're on hiatus. Don't do it. Within 5 fucking minutes, Trippy Pineapple turns in the completed answers. That means as soon as I got off the phone with her, she got a hold of him and said, "Guess what? There's a Crossword. You just got to go find it. You got to go look, and there it is." And then he's within 5 minutes of telling her that I was going to post it. I hadn't even turned it on yet. It was all still very hidden. And she runs and blabs it. 5 minutes. She couldn't keep her fucking mouth closed for 5 goddamn minutes. And I got an answer from Trippy Pineapple.
He's laughing. Trippy's laughing.
There's no laughing. This is why you can't tell Sammy Joe.
There's no laughing in baseball? That's not the
There's
line.
no laughing in crossword puzzles. This is why you can't tell Sammy Joe a fucking thing. In fact, it's a running joke at Gen X Talks. When you want the whole world to know something, but you don't want to be the person who says it.
When E.F. Hutton, when Sammy Joe
You just tell Sammy Joe. And she'll tell everybody else. If you want the whole world to know something, but you don't want to come across as, well, I shouldn't really be telling everybody this. I shouldn't really say everything going on. You tell Sammy. Then the whole world will know, and everything's fine. So I knew better. It's on me. I knew better, and she did it anyway. Goddamn redneck hillbilly. So she ruined the whole fucking thing. It's no longer a surprise. I can't give a special prize to someone who turned in the crossword first because it was Trippy, and he only found it because she told him. So she ruined everything. Now, take back your votes. Now go vote. Now that you know the circumstances, now you go vote. Now you go in there and write yes or no. And there's moderators on Facebook right now. You can just tell them yes, 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 no, yes, 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 no. They can keep track. And the yeses will have it. And the yeses are, did Sammy Joe ruin everything? Yeah, literally everything. The only solace I have is that this particular puzzle, unlike every other puzzle we've done, I didn't include her name. And now I'm glad. I actually felt bad that Sammy Joe was not an answer this time around. Now I don't feel bad at all. Now I feel like I planned it that way subconsciously. So hoo-yah! All right, moving on.
Without a pony, I was able to put my hair up.
Oh, let's see
Bet
this.
you can't do that.
Without a pony, what'd you do? Is there a pen in it or something? You put a pencil in it. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Oh, so it's a hair up day. Sorry, people.
So,
it's one of those days.
I was gonna call St. Donna today.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to say that I was gonna play a joke on her. It really wasn't playing a joke. It was kind of something I wanted to do. Now, do you remember when I texted our daughter today? And I wrote Jade in big capital letters.
Yes.
That's all I wrote.
Yes.
So as soon as she got on break, she texted back, "Dad, what?" And she called me because she was in a panic. I just texted Jade with her name with the exclamation points. And I was going to do this I did the same thing to my daughter. I was going to call and do this with Donna. Because St. Donna sometimes has a little trouble grasping the moment of my humor.
Yeah.
So I was thinking this would be funny to do it, but then it would also be like, she might get mad at me if I did it. So I didn't call her. and I'm not calling her live, but I want to just, like, I'll pretend I'm talking to St. Donna right now. You guys can all listen. This is just what would have gone on had I felt more comfortable in making that phone call. I was going to call St. Donna in a panic and go, Donna, listen, are you there? You there? Listen, Donna, I just got a phone call from my homeowner's insurance policy that my agent called me about my home, and she'd say, what happened? Why'd your homeowner's insurance call you? And I was gonna say, it's bad. They let me know there's a change in my coverage. And Donna would say, well, what's the change in your coverage? What happened? And I'd say, they let me know that starting today, because I'm 57, because of my age, if someone steals my blanket, I'm no longer covered.
Oh my God. But I'm ching.
If someone takes my blanket, I'm no longer covered. Now, if you call St. Donna, she just may laugh and go, that was clever. Or she may go, she might still be in serious helpful mode and go, well, can you call someone else? Can you get blanket coverage from someone else? Does Mary know? Does everybody know? Can you change policies? What if you give them more money? Will they cover you? I mean, she could have gone that route, and I didn't want her to.
She would have ran to my brother.
She would. She'd have gone to Sun Valley Fox. He's in trouble. If somebody steals the general's blanket, he's not covered.
My brother would just go. He'd just shake his head.
Your Sun Valley Fox would go, yeah, that's fucked up, isn't it? That's too bad. Anyway, and it's like there's certain people you can call. Like, you couldn't call MarcyZavala.com and do that because she'd go, don't fucking waste my time, and she'd hang up. She's just like, don't waste my time.
Pretty much.
So I got to be careful on who I use that joke to.
Okay.
Now, you know who's going to steal that is Low Torque.
Of course, as a dad joke.
That's a dad joke. Low Torque's going to steal that one. But I've limited his range of people he can now share it with by quite a few. He's going to have to find a new audience, go find his own people.
He's got everybody at his work.
He does. He'll be using that one tomorrow. So.
Oh my gosh. Well, Danny H gifted 5 memberships on YouTube tonight. Jerry Perkins on Facebook. Happy belated birthday, General.
Thank you.
Did you get your special meal for your birthday?
As a matter of fact, I've got a picture of that. Are you done on the sheets or you got more?
No, PayPal, $5 from Diane Reed. Whatever is needed, every little bit helps.
Thank you. Yes, it does.
And Star
Diane.
Roberts gifted 10 more memberships. So he did 15 tonight.
You guys got to remember, when someone gifts a $1 membership, it's not like, oh, wow, they gave $5, big deal. They gave $10. No. When YouTube sets that up, I think if you give 5 memberships, you got to pay like $20. It's around there. It might even be more. When you give 10 memberships, it's way more. There's a service fee, and YouTube gets their fucking money. So when someone donates that, don't think, oh, wow, they just gave $5 and we should all be happy. No, they spent way more money just to give 5 or 10 of you the opportunity to go behind the scenes, which you can do after the show. You can go to the community section in YouTube and look at 4 years of members-only stuff that's not fit for public consumption. And if you're on Facebook, there's a page called The General's Lunchbox. That page is the same thing. It costs you $1 on Facebook, but it's 4 years. You can go 4 years behind the scenes. You just got to go find it and join up. And we post stuff all the time in there. It's not like we post something once a month. No. We try to do stuff every day or two, all the time, to give you guys stuff to look at. All right. So, are you done there? Can I move on? Can I get back to my show?
You can.
All right. So now we got the crossword debacle out of the way. And we'll let's see. I'm not going to repeat the poll and everything. Let's stop the poll and see what happened here. How do you stop the poll? Is there a way to stop it? End poll. Okay. Well, I didn't see why. I couldn't find out where it said. Shut up. It didn't post it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, did Sammy Joe ruin everything?
Oh, it's almost 50-50.
It's almost 50-50. And the only reason that no won is because a lot of you just blindly chose her side before, and you couldn't change your vote. You wish you could. I told you, don't just say no. Then you were like, oh, shit, General's right. She fucked this whole thing up. She fucked it up. You fucked it up. Her life was in your hands. And that's a big Lebowski poll, by the way. Anyway, and so now you can't take your vote. Otherwise, it clearly would have gone. The victorious side would have been my side, the correct side. But you blind sheep just following Sammy, shame on you. Shame on all of you, and you know who you are. All right, back to what I was saying. Oh, yeah, so we did the thing about the bus being stolen and the ransom, and I made this thing about Johnny Cab. I've got 20 emails. Like, this is Johnny Cab, and you don't get your reference. And the picture was this, that we don't have a bus, and the bus it's being built, and it doesn't even run. We've automated it with a Johnny Cab. We got with Elon Musk, Starlink. Elon doesn't have anything to do with Johnny Cab. Johnny Cab was part of a movie in the 80s. No shit, dumbass. I was connecting all these things to be funny. And I get people that say, I don't understand you, Johnny Cab. Well, you made some reference about a 3-titted Martian, and I don't understand your reference. Okay, if you haven't seen the movie Total Recall, you're not going to get any of this. But it was super funny what I did. It was super funny tying this in. You know what? What do you know from funny? Which is another pull, but I'm not going to explain myself on that one. Let me go through some of this stuff before we get to the... This is a trend that's hitting my page all the time now. There are Native Americans, and there hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. They go to Mount Rushmore and flip it off. And I don't, I get it's like, well, these people stole our land, so I'm pissed off for my forefathers, and I'm flipping these guys off. And
But look how young this girl is.
I know. The problem
she probably doesn't know any of who those faces are up on the wall.
No,
on the
probably
mountain.
not. But the thing that bothers me is that they're not doing it. There are some that do it with genuine anger. But most of them, like with any cause, they're just out there, look how rebellious I am. Look how
behind a camera.
This really, yeah, and a mask.
And a mask.
Got a mask on. Look at me standing up. Because it feels good to stand up for something. It feels good to go against the grain. It feels good to stand up against a school or a principal or a county judge or the president. It feels good, like look at me stand. Okay, but if that's the only reason you're doing it, it's dumb. If that's the only reason you're doing it. Like Colin Kaepernick taking a knee because of his girlfriend at the time. What a joke. I'm just seeing so many of these.
This is going to fall flat. And part of it is because of social media. It's that it's getting traction. It's like...
Well, yeah, and I'm not posting where they're from or her name or anything. I'm just saying...
I'm just saying. If
this girl happens to be watching, you're dumb. This is dumb. This is completely dumb because you're talking about one thing that these guys may or may not have been directly connected with for taking your land, and you're discounting everything good they did.
Oh, the other thing is, I bet you she doesn't live in a tent. I bet she doesn't live on her land. I bet she lives in a house. Well, God bless them then.
Yeah,
because she's living better than her forefathers.
I know. It's a tough thing to go down that road. Anyway, so let's get to the important topics of today. And it isn't flipping off Mount Rushmore. No. Believe it or not, that's not the number one topic of today. The number one topic is feeding my fat face when I'm hungry, as it should be. So I will show you. This is my preferred dinner every birthday, and this is rarebit. You're going to have to explain to them what this is.
Like shit on a shingle.
Shit on a shingle. Thank you. That was such eloquently said. You can actually buy it in a can called shit, and then you put it on crackers. There's your shingle.
Okay. What it is you make a roux of just butter and flour, and then you add milk or cream to it, make a cheese sauce, and then it's really, really sharp cheddar cheese.
And thick.
And really, really thick. And then you add tomato soup in it to make the color and to make it more tangy.
Yeah, and it doesn't come, you can't pour it. If someone says, thick. Oh, it's like nacho gravy. Cheese, you pour it like nacho cheese. No, it's thicker than pouring nacho cheese. It's thicker than putting gravy on mashed potatoes by a lot. It's not even close.
It's thick.
When it's made right, like you do it, like my grandmother did.
It's like gravy.
Very, very thick. And it is tangy. It's got a little pepper in it. It's really good, but it's called rarebit, and I don't know where that name came from.
Well, if you look it up, it's Welsh. Welsh rarebit is an actual thing. Yes.
Oh, well,
I think your grandma took it a step further to put the tomato sauce in because they do. Oh, and there's a little shot of Worcestershire in there too.
Well, my grandmother, I've been eating that since I was a kid, since I was 4 years old. And I know growing up, trying to figure some of this stuff out. And you and I have talked about this before. It's Depression era food.
Right.
Because you could make some homemade crackers and you could put together a few base ingredients that anybody could get. And it's super flavorful, but it's one step up from rock soup. You know, you put rocks in some boiling water and serve it up and say, here, you have some soup. And it just tastes like rocks, which is very good, by the way. This is Depression era food. And there's a lot of things like it.
His grandma just passed away at the age of 99. So that will tell you that that's what she was having back in the day. But think about what they had. They made homemade bread. So probably instead of crackers, they made their bread. They probably had flour and milk.
Yeah.
So it was just made out of the basics of what was grown or what was purchased at the time. I mean, that's what it was.
And I tell the story of my grandmother, and everyone calls her being cheap, but she would take aluminum foil. If you let's start with this. If you had a paper plate and you had a sandwich and it just had breadcrumbs on it, she'd wipe it off with a damp rag and put it back in the paper plates and just clean it off. If you had aluminum foil, if she wrapped you up even a tuna sandwich in aluminum foil, she would lay it flat and she would wash the aluminum foil and she would lay it out there to dry, and then she'd fold it back up again until she folded it so many times that it started to tear. She would keep using aluminum foil. That's just what she did. If a letter in the mail, if the postmark missed the stamp, she would boil water, and the steam from the water would loosen the glue on the stamp, and she'd pick it off with tweezers and reuse the stamp.
That's right.
The one time I was probably in my mid-20s, and I was listening to someone talk on the radio about how people who grew up in that era, the greatest generation, grew up in that era, and they said they have habits that we don't even notice or understand. And I was like, all right, let me hear this. And there was a bunch of them. Remember that super old people put money in books? Mm-hmm. They would hide $20 bill in a book and then a $10 bill in the pages of another book. And so you'd have to, if anyone old passes away, shake out their books because they put money in the books. But here's the one that really got me, and I didn't think this was true, and I actually did this in front of everybody on a Christmas one year. A guy says, ask someone from the greatest generation, especially a woman from the greatest generation. So if you have any alive, you can do this. This is for free. Ask them to hand you $1.
Oh, yeah.
Just hand you $1.
You've done that to your grandma.
So what are you talking about? And then you could have a crowd of people and say, all I want you to do is hand me $1. I'd like you to go get your purse, open it up in front of us, take the wallet out in front of us, get the money out in front, and just hand me it. I'm going to hand it right back to you. I just want you to hand it. And I don't know if I have a way to do this. I should have brought $1 out here.
Yeah, I don't have
So
one.
what happens is they take it out, and as they go to hand you the $1, they do this. And when the guy described it, I go, oh my gosh, my grandma does do that.
Yeah.
I just remember her. She'd take money to pay the cash register, to pay somebody, to give me $1, to give someone and she'd do this. And then she'd hand it, as she's handing it to you, she's doing this. Do you know why? They don't want to accidentally hand you $2. Yeah. They don't want to accidentally hand you $2 if they're stuck together. So every person in that generation, as they go to hand you the bill, they do this as they hand. And
yeah,
sure
my
enough,
dad used to do that too.
Sure enough, we did it in front of everybody one Christmas. I gathered everybody around, and I said, watch this. And I called Grandma over, and I said, could you bring your purse? Yes. Get your wallet? Yes. Get your, and as she went to go, just hand me $1, Grandma, and I'll hand it right back. And she didn't know what I was doing. She did this the whole way over. And then when I gave her back the $1, and everyone was laughing, and she didn't know why. And I said, we're not laughing at you. Let me explain. And when I told her, she goes, I didn't even realize I did that. But yes, I don't want to give you $2.
Yeah.
She even knew why, but it was an unconscious routine.
Yeah, we can't get in the concept that what we have now as supermarkets and big box stores, that they didn't have that back then.
No, they didn't have bulk anything.
They had no bulk nothing. You got what was ever at your neighborhood store, if that, or you grew it.
Oh, it would break her heart if she dropped an egg. Out of a dozen eggs, if she dropped one on the kitchen floor, it would just break her heart, because now that's one egg that she paid for that she doesn't have to cook with. Oh, it was, yeah. So just letting you
Crazy.
guys know some of that stuff there. We'll go back to the drag and drop section of the program. And this ties into that. This is rarebit. And if you guys ever have the chance to have it made correctly, it really tastes so good. I thoroughly
Some people,
enjoy
if you
it.
go online, some people have put like the cheddar cheese back on top and broiled it on top to make
I'm
it.
sure there's 100 ways to make
Yeah.
it. It took Gen X mom, took your queen
Like years.
to get this right.
Because Grandma didn't really give me the recipe. It was kind of like, well, you do this.
a dab of this.
And a little this. And yeah, maybe you can throw in this. I'm like, what's the
some of that.
measurement?
Yeah, there was no measurement. She just kind of made it by just memory.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, Grandma, this isn't working here. I can't get the right taste because
It never
when
got-
I serve it to him, you go, oh, it's not tangy enough, or
No.
oh, it needs to be. And I'm like,
It's not
well,
thick enough.
I'm
It was
learning.
good, but it wasn't great. So yeah, but you got it now. The last, so many years ago, she figured it out. So I did get a present. I got a birthday present for those of you who recognize this. This is a Generation X thing. So yeah, I'm part of this club now. Got one of these. This is a real jersey. It's got the straps built on it for connecting to your hockey pants. And the sleeves are way too long for me because they assume you're going to have your shoulder
Your
pads
gear
on.
on, yeah.
Your gear on. And so, yeah, it was. So I did
You're
get this.
welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, honey, for
You're
getting me
welcome.
that. You did good.
I was sweating there for a minute because I told you, I go, your birthday present's coming, and it showed up Christmas Eve
It
day.
showed up, the day before. So I did have a birthday. I did have a candle. Some of you on the members only sites have already seen this. This is me. This is me making a wish, and I can't tell you what my wish was, but I can tell you this. I've never made a wish on my birthday. I don't think since I was 11 years old, but this year I did, and all I said was, "Please God, one more time." That's all I can tell you. I'm not going any further, but I asked one more time. Oh, I know. Here come the jokes. Here come the general was hoping for be able to take a shit on time one more time, or something. You guys are going to get his dick hard one more time. All these things are. I got it, but that was legitimately my wish. I knew what I was wishing for, and so did Santa.
So, Sweet Donna says that looks disgusting. Your
Sweet Donna.
I'm sorry, Saint Donna.
Yeah, Saint Donna.
Said that was disgusting what you were eating.
It's not disgusting. It's wonderful.
And Joe said that my brother Joe says he does that too to dollar bills.
No, well, he's a cheap ass. He's not generational. He's just a cheap ass son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm telling you, your brother's so cheap he can pick up dimes off the sidewalk with his ass. That's how tight,
Wow.
tight ass. Tight ass.
Wow.
No, it's not. That's not kidding. I saw your brother one time sit down on a couch that had loose change on it, and he counted it with his ass. He sat down and went, "That's 37 cents."
Wow.
That's your brother. It's just the way. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a generational thing. That's just him.
I think your friendship's over. There's going to be a breakup.
I don't.
Maybe
you know
that
what?
was your one more wish.
That was my one wish. One more time. Let me make the Sun Valley Fox angry one more time. Could you make some rarebit when we're in Minden so Donna can try some?
I don't know if she will, but I
It's
can.
just on crackers. It was cheese.
She probably has everything. Most people have.
I just think that it would be nice to try it one time, and I know your brother's had it before because every time growing up in a Catholic school, when he'd get punished and put in the corner when he was like 6 years old and under, they give you porridge. But when you're 8 years old and over, they give you rarebit. So I know he's had it before because that is the gross, terrible food they put you in the corner with when you're bad at a Catholic school. And God knows he was in the corner quite a bit. So he's had it. But at St. Donna has never been in a corner. Ever. She has no frame of reference to this at all. We got to get some for her to try. All right. Moving right along. Is it this one?
I have one thing in the sheets at the moment.
Go ahead.
Facebook. Sean MacArthur, here's 200 stars. Family, enjoy on this wonderful evening. Glad to be a part of the show. Thank you so much.
He does not ever forget us, my man. All right. Chris Pass. Gen X owners have to deal with millennials and Gen Zs at work.
Oh, yes, we do.
So this is what a Gen X business owner had to do for people working there at the pizzeria and for millennials coming
That's
in.
not true.
I didn't put that on the box. Open box before eating. Yes. This is what we have to contend with you idiots out there. You wonder why we drink all the time. All right. So here's another one. We're going to touch on some stuff from our past. I saw this in a video, and then when I was watching the new series, Cobra Kai, which that new series is one of the best written series of all time. Cobra Kai takes the Karate Kid movies and continues them perfectly. I mean, stunningly. But I looked it up on this. Do you realize that the big crane kick at the end of the Karate Kid, where he wins the trophy, was illegal? You can't kick to the face. You can't hit the face. In fact, in two Karate Kids later, Karate Kid 3, remember Barnes comes in and they go, we want you to get a point and lose a point. Get a point in the match and then lose a point. You know, hurt him. And then at the end, when he's beaten up, then we'll win the tournament. Get a point and lose a point. Remember how he lost points? Illegal contact to the face. Lost a point. So how this kid got robbed. Now think of it from his point of view. From Johnny's point of view. He's having his senior summer, right? He's becoming a senior. Summer's coming to an end. He's getting back together with his girlfriend, and this LaRusso kid makes a move on his chick. He didn't start this fight. LaRusso did. Then LaRusso ends up kicking him in the face and getting a trophy on an illegal point. I mean, if there was ever a run of bad luck, Johnny had a run of bad luck. I'm now fully endorsing this character. I like this guy a ton. I'm just letting you know. There was something else that came across here where I was talking with one of my kids about VHS movies, and they see the Titanic movie, and they said, well, why would you buy two of them? And I said, well, you didn't. I said, well, do you just want to watch it twice? Is it just better? Is it like a collector's edition? I go, no. Back in the day, really long movies came on 2 tapes. Why? Well, I don't know why, because that's how they recorded it. You had 2. It was kind of a big deal when you got a 2-movie box set.
2 for 1?
It was like there was really something. You know, there wasn't a lot of movies that came out that required 2 tapes. And the kid I was talking to just looks at me like, that's stupid. You know, that's just dumb. Why would you? They literally thought it was two of the same movie, or why would they do this? This became a discussion. I guess growing up back then, you just took for granted that 2 was special. It was kind of special to get a box set. Like, I don't know. I put that up there, but it's true. I did. This was kind of a finish your own thing. I saw this. I had to include this as don't make fun of people who believe in Santa, and then you get to finish the phrase.
I believe in Santa.
So I could tell one of my daughters, don't make fun of people who believe in Santa. You still think your boyfriend's going to ask you to get married.
Ouch.
I could tell Briggs, don't make fun of people who believe in Santa. You still think you're going to get a job. You see, you can finish. I'm telling you, Gen Xers can. Now this is happening. Everybody listening is like, they're looking at it and say, yeah, don't make fun of people who believe in Santa. Your sister still thinks she's getting married. She's not getting married. You know what I mean? You know, you could tell there's some guy drinking right now talking to his wife going, don't make fun of people who believe in Santa. You still think your brother's getting out of jail. He's not. Do you see? Did you kind of fill in the blank thing?
There are some things Santa can't do, okay? He can only do so much.
All right. This picture is a real picture.
Don't mess with my Santa.
I'm not messing with Santa. I'm just talking about how other people.
By the way, your mom on the phone with me today that you're slowly turning into Santa Claus, just so you know. She goes, that's why she gave birth to you on Christmas.
You sent her pictures of me in a hat and a jacket.
She loved them.
You leaned into that. She would not have thought that had you not sent her those pictures of that stream that night.
Who would have thought a 20-year-old young lady gave birth to a little boy on Christmas for him to turn into Santa Claus?
Is not what I'm doing. I'm not turning into Santa. Now, shush. That's not fair. It's not nice. You're not being nice. You're already on day 1, and you're already on the naughty list.
Day 1?
It's Christmas starts.
I still have 363 more days to go.
I know. This is day 1. You're already on the naughty list. You already started on it.
But there's an over-under. I'm good. I've still got some. All
right, so back to this picture. Now you're going to have to focus on this picture. somebody had taken a snapshot, then they drew like a red line around it, like, look here, we can all see it. So I'm trying to take out the red line. I'm running out of time. I kind of dick the picture a little bit, but not bad. But you'll get it. Now, before I show it to you, I want you to do two things. I want you to look at the picture and see that it's real. And I want you to understand it's a food truck. It is a catering truck. Let's get that out right now. Pay attention to that. It's a food truck. It's a catering truck. So they're advertising on their own catering truck. You know, hey, give us a call if you want us to come out. Now, you ready? I could not pass this up for tonight's show. Oh, wrong one. Here it is. Book this food truck. Weddings, birthdays, openings, bar mitzvahs, and orgies. It says right there on the side of this food truck, book us.
Somebody's got to eat.
Well, hold on. First of all, what do you serve at an orgy? I want to know what kind of food that is. And secondly, think about how this message gets passed around. Someone says, "Hey, did you book a caterer? Who'd you get to cater? We got a wedding coming up. Oh, don't worry. I got the same guy that did Brian and Susan's orgy last summer. I hired the same company that did their orgy. We got good food." I mean, how do you include that in a conversation? Look, and what do you serve? What the fuck would you?
Does it matter? Does it really matter what they serve at an orgy?
I don't. You could have sandwiches. I don't think anybody.
Oh my God. John Morgan says you serve hot dogs and tacos at an orgy. He's so quick.
He is. John Morgan's. He's fast like that.
Ay. Deb Ninehouse says she's very curious about the menu.
I'm just saying that I cleaned it up because you get the stupid red circle out of there, but that's on the guy's truck. And like I said, when you pass that around, I was like, hey, did you get someone to cover that? Oh, yeah. Remember Brian and Susan's orgy last summer? I got the same caterer.
Mr. Fatty goes, hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres. Oh, here it comes. I'm just saying that I could not pass this up to...
Finger food.
Oh, the stuff that...
Daddy H for $5 says they serve finger foods at orgies. He said it too.
I'm just telling you that I couldn't... I saw this and I couldn't pass it up. I'm just letting you guys know that it was out there, okay? There's something to consider.
Kristen Darman goes, LOL, that's disturbing on so many levels.
Yeah, and you know what? You couldn't quite see down the side to get the name of the company or the phone number, because I would have called them live and gone, what do you recommend for food for an orgy? I'd like to hear this. I would have called them live if I'd have figured out who this was.
These Gen Xers are nasty.
What'd they say?
Just nasty. Dude says fish and sausage. AA says don't eat the special sauce.
Oh.
Open bar at the orgy? Taz asked.
Well, I'm just letting you know that if that had been a real thing, I'd have called them live. I'd have done it live for you guys. I'd have fucking called those dudes up. I wouldn't even have cared. I'd have been like, I got to know what's going on.
That's
just funny. Not one that you could pass up. So I thought I'd bring that to you. And
I bet you got a lot of phone calls.
Right here at Gen X Talks, we bring you the hard-hitting stories, the questions that need answers. We don't shy away from anything. You think you'll hear about this on Hannity? No. So here's another one that bounces around. I'm getting these all the time now. It said, would you ditch Gmail for an X-mail?
Oh, that's everywhere it is.
It is. And you know what? I thought about this. There's a phone one, too. Would you get an Elon phone if Elon did an X phone? And you know what? If it operated the same way, if a phone operated the same way, like it's an Android, but it's on some sort of an X service, right? Or if there was mail that was real, yes, I would switch it over. Even there's so many people that wouldn't do it. It's like, oh, I'm not switching all my stuff over. All my bills go to my Gmail. My contacts go. You know what? Briggs had told me just forward it. Open up an Xmail account and have your other email forwarded to it. And now you got the emails. You can import your contacts and be done. At this point, with how much Elon is trying to help the country, I would do that for him. I would go through the discomfort of switching over a couple things just to help. But now I'm not going to buy a Tesla. No, I'm not going to. I don't wear a man bun. I'm not going to drive a Tesla. But I'm just saying that some other stuff that was within my realm, yeah, there's some stuff I'd switch over just on principle to help the guy out. Absolutely, I would. It's supporting the team, and that's the way I look at it. So just so you guys know. I got to say, of all the nostalgia pictures you see on all the 80s and retro site, I haven't seen this one come up. And I have a legitimate question here.
Oh, I had one of those.
Wasn't this called the 110? Mm-hmm. This was called the Kodak 110, I think it was. And there's two things that I remember, and maybe I'm wrong. This is where I'm submitting this to you, the jury. Tell me if I got this right. The flash on that was a 4 flash. You clicked it, then the first model, you picked it up and turned it, set it back down, and the flash was facing out. You took another, and you picked it up and turned it around, set the flash down, and took another picture. And then and this is the part I think I remember, years later models, it turned.
Yes, it did.
For you, didn't it? You
yes,
did it.
It
went
did.
Ching. And then went ching, didn't it do it for you?
It did it for you.
But the earlier ones you moved, right?
And then it went from the cube to the little standing bar of flashes.
Yeah, now that I've seen on nostalgia sites.
It was like 8. It was like 4 on one side, 4 on another.
And they were really tiny lights, but they were super bright. And they had a really tall, but I've seen those on nostalgia sites for years. I have not seen this one on a nostalgia site, and I remember the early ones. You had to turn the cube, and am I right on that? It was right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It just had a brain moment there. I want to make sure I was in there.
And they took shitty pictures, or it was the person controlling the camera.
The thing I remember about this is generational. Clearly, it's generational. And there's some things that you can talk about and you can connect with other generations. Like my parents, I could say, hey, we could talk about this camera. Oh, yes, we bought one of those brand new. And we have some common ground. Now, you talk about the old Polaroid, and the reason the Polaroid was so interesting is you could take the picture and it would spit out the film, and you shook it.
That was before its. I mean, it was
way before its time, and then
time.
you had an instant picture of that moment, and it wasn't the clearest. You get better pictures if you took it down to the photomat booth and left it for a few days. However, the thing was that by the time I was really blessed with a Polaroid. By the time I came around in the late 70s and early 80s, when you could play with one of those and go around taking pictures, it was a lot quicker process with the Polaroid. And what I mean by that is you talk to some older people, like Sun Valley Fox, when you talk to him about his Polaroid back in his day, and it didn't come out as fast. The film didn't develop right away. And I was like, well, with ours, it just takes the picture on the ink. You go, no. With his, you'd have to take it and set it up and hold it still for a long time, because he said that inside the camera was a little guy drawing the picture. There's a little guy that would look out the front of the camera and he'd draw like this, and then he'd look out the camera, what you're pointing at, and then he'd draw it like that, and then he'd look out the camera, and then when he was done, he'd feed it out there, and then you had your picture. I didn't even know that was a thing back then, but apparently those were the first generation of Polaroids. So it's a generational thing. You can find some common ground to talk to people about it. So when you do talk with an older person of that generation, like the Sun Valley Fox, assuming they can still talk in complete sentences and hear okay, you can have a conversation about the Polaroid camera back in their day. Get a lot of good insight on that. And don't be afraid. Don't ever be afraid to talk to older people. They're people too. They need to have conversations.
I think my brother can even confirm that my dad turned his garage into a photo processing, photo editing, thing. Yes, and he did he took pictures and did it with putting the photo in the.
I learned how to do that in junior high, Madison Junior High, Mr. Dingman's class. I was the only one who could run the photo department, and I had all the chemicals. I don't remember them now, but there was chemicals, and they had to go. There's another one. There's another yawn.
I'm sorry.
There's the chemicals and how you had to put them in and do it. So many seconds, and you had a red light, and you clip them up there to dry. No one can come in.
Yeah. Just so you know, that didn't last long in the garage. I don't think my dad mastered that.
And plus, it smells really bad. The chemicals were real bad. Your mom might have complained about that, but we'll have to ask. All right, so I forgot about the So we just did the Santa Claus one where you kind of label your own caption for there. Yes. I got one for this one. This one. This one is for me. This one is captioned, "No, Mom, I didn't get into the sprinkled Christmas donuts. I don't even like sprinkled Christmas donuts. Why are you asking me?" That's my version of what I see the talk saying. No, I didn't get into the
What,
donuts.
isn't there a party going on? I thought it was a costume party.
Oh, we've had dogs this dumb that get into stuff and it's all over their face and they look at you like, nope, I didn't get into it. I did not get into the Christmas donuts. No. You mean the ones with the sprinkles? No, I don't even like them. And then they sit and there they are. So I'm just saying I couldn't pass that one. It's kind of a fill in the blank. Choose your own adventure book, if you will. Or Mad Lib. Maybe it's more of a Mad Lib. You answer your stuff on there. All right. Now we come to a serious part of the program. I'm not saying I'm divorcing Gen X Mom. I'm not saying that. I'm just letting you guys know that there are times, even in good, strong marriages, there are times that disagreements become so tested and so strong, you question why the fuck you married this person in the first place. Quite frankly, there's no other way to say it. And I tried to be helpful. Okay, when we do the podcast, I try to be helpful in the podcast. Then when the kid comes along and where he's deciding on some sort of a cover picture, a thumbnail to put up to go, and there you got to do square ones for this, you got to do the long ones for YouTube and Facebook or whatever you're doing. I try to be creative. Now, I've watched all the YouTube tutorials. This is what's selling these days. This is what people are trending on. This is what makes people click. So I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I try to make something that follows the guidelines to make people click on this. So I'm going to show you my first attempt, which everybody who's seen it has flat out laughed at me or yelled at me or told me, put down the mouse, turn off your computer, and walk away. I think that's a little bit harsh, but I'll let you guys be the judge. When I put the picture up, there's 4. Put up the first one for you. All I want is a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Now, whatever moderators are on Rumble, whatever moderators are on Facebook, please keep track. You don't have to get the exact number. Just more ups or more downs. I don't need a number. Don't need a number. Just ups and downs. Facebook's going to report, and hey, they thought it was good. Or Rumble can report, oh, no, Rumble didn't like it. And I'll kind of get a glimpse. Now look at this right here. Danny H is giving me the thumbs up. He's already there. He knows that what I'm submitting is a great piece of effort. He knows that already. Here we go. This is the first one. Podcast Dilemma, picture 1. I thought this... What do you mean up?
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to do a thumbs down.
Yeah. No one told you to yell yuck. No one told you. I'm just asking. This was my first attempt. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Would this have made you want to click on it? This potato going la 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 la. The Pee Wee Herman la 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 la. That's the Pee Wee Herman and me going, oh my God. And then her. Do you get it? Thumbs up or thumbs down? What do you? Christopher Sevick. Oh, Chris. Strong emoji. Danny H is up. Strong emojis up. Sovereign Fighters down. Big Mama's up. Oh my God. Big Mama's up. Didapoo's down. Kalosh is up. I don't know. We're split in here. T-Bone said down. Come on, guys. YouTube is split. YouTube's kind of split in here. There's some ups and downs. Mr. Fatty gave me a thumbs up. Deanna the Moonray. Do you see? Is this not clickable? This does not make you go, what the fuck is going on here? Let's click our way through this. Now, you need to keep this one in mind because I had to put this away. I wasn't allowed to use it. And I had to go for a different one. And I got all sorts of instructions. Soften your tone and don't be, get a fucking potato out of there. What's with the potato? So then we went to number 2. And this one was also, well, it's okay. It's all right. But I thought I'm trying to bring it more real, and we talked about her getting kicked out of the studio last week. That was part of today's podcast. For those of you that listen to live at 10 o'clock in the morning, every Thursday morning on kgxtradio.com, you hear the live unedited version. Well, there it was. And this one was voted down. This one was like, yeah, it's okay. It's all right. And I'm like, this is fucking boring. You know what they settled on? Was this one right here. This is the one I was allowed to use. The Gen X Pox Toddcat says the $10 I love you, which the $10 I love you was a big part of the show today. I'll admit that. It was a good segment of the show. The $10 I love you. But this is the most boring. This now you're Dad, good job, Dad. I'm like, this is shit. I would never click on this. This isn't interesting at all. This is no, use that one. This is the greatest one. Look at all the thumbs up. How you fucking guys can be thumbs up? Yeah, Tribby Pineapple's the only one. Oh, that's for the picture frame one. We're on to the new one now here. I'm just telling you. So this one's the square one. This one went up on all the place, Apple, Spotify, Anchor. All this, anyone you can put up one of these squares, but you can't do it for the video version. The video version it has to be the long one, the landscape one for YouTube. So I didn't even ask anybody. I changed it once again. No one has seen this one. Well, staff members.
Mr. Fatty says I'm biased. I click on all your videos, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, see, Mr. Fatty, I'm trying to get the people that aren't followers, that aren't friends of ours. You're a friend. Here's the one I chose. Just Gen X Mom's seen this for the first time. Here's the one I chose for the video portion. You let me know. Ah, look at that. Combined the boring one into a billboard with a burning town behind it. Yeah, you see that? And then it says the $10 I Love You challenge. This is what I use for the YouTube. I don't care what anybody says is going up. And you can ridicule me if you want to. I didn't put the potato back up there. I thought this would be good.
That's good, as long as the potato's not there.
So they don't really know, unless they listen to today's show live, they don't know what the $10 I Love You challenge is, which is really thought-provoking.
I don't know how many were listening today.
I
They
didn't
probably
even look.
didn't think we were going to do it today.
No, but we did. And then the other part that no one knows is Gen X Mom cried today. She was crying on the podcast, like tears, sniffles, and kept saying, I'm crying. And it's true. And you know why? I did not make her cry. It was not me. Do you know who was the culprit to make one name? Don't start with me.
Did not
don't start with me. Don't start
cry.
with me. Don't start with me. Don't interrupt the show. I will cut you off. God damn it. Sun Valley Fox.
I don't have the energy for you tonight.
Sun Valley Fox was the reason that she was crying. If you listen to the podcast, true story. She was talking about him and crying. Now, I'm not saying that he was a huge disappointment as a brother. I didn't say that. I didn't say that it finally got to her and she started to cry. I didn't say that because that may not be the case. But she was crying. It was related to him. You can figure out why later. All right, we got to move on. Can't sit here on this the whole night. Real quick, for those of you that didn't get a message about this till late, you watched it on a rerun, Patreon's the only way we can let you guys know what we're doing live. A special show, a special airing if we're running late, running early, on time. We send you guys an email and just go, hey, things are working out great tonight. We'll see you in a few minutes. We get about half an hour before every show. We let you guys know what we're doing. We're pretty consistent about that too, but it costs $1. You got $1 in your cushions of your couch. Just help us out. It's a fucking $1. Anyway, the other one is, the big one is, Red Rock is coming. Oh, that's the wrong one. Wait, is that the right one? Yeah, that is the right one. January 25th, we will be in Las Vegas live for a few days with one main event on the 25th, January 25th, 2025. It's coming up now. It's less than 30 days away. We'll be live in Vegas for this event. You can see us in person. There's catered food. There's bowling. There's a lot of stuff. I'm grabbing a microphone. I'm going to walk around the room like we did last year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sun Valley Fox is going to be there. St. Donna, Iceman, Dr. McDreamy. I mean, all the names you know. And the staff. We got our staff coming out there. You guys have wanted to meet these people in person. You can get pictures. You can get autographs. You can do whatever you want. Everything. It's going to be a lot of fun, but you got to be there. You don't have to stay at the Red Rock. There's other things we're doing that don't require money once you get there. There's go-karting that is cutthroat. David Black has won the first place trophy 2 years in a row. That's a lot of fun. If you just want to go watch, it's free to come in and watch. And everyone is going to feel welcome. Everyone is going to get talked to. No one's going to be left behind at any event. But you got to come check it out. It's a lot of fun. So good moderators on all the platforms should be linking you to where the tickets are right now. There are tickets left, but this is when we start selling tickets. It's the last 3 weeks before the event is when they sell out, and it's going to sell out. If you have a hint that you want to go, this is how you go. All right? So there you go. Now you know what I know, which ain't much. Blah, 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 blah. And what do you have between the sheets, Dare?
Well, let me see. Sovereign Fighter gave $5 on YouTube. You fostered 32 children who didn't have families. You are Santa.
Oh, all right. I'll go along with that. We did. There was a lot of giving in that situation.
Yes.
Okay, I'm with you.
Oh my gosh, I just clicked off my sheets. Hold on. Stand by, citizen.
Well, trained broadcast professional. See how I'm filling in? I don't let there be any dead air. She doesn't have to look at me.
Laura, $5. It was always a good time when the cat had an icicle from the Christmas tree coming out of its ass.
Until someone puts an eye out.
Graham Gordon, $2.79. I'm here, but not here. Happy Boxing Day.
Oh, yeah. The Canadians have to. It's Boxing Day. They get to take the day off. They're all drinking Canadian whiskey and maple syrup.
Beer, eh?
Beer, eh? They're having a beer, eh?
Robert London, when does the cooking show happen? It's supposed to happen New Year's Eve,
two.
right?
There's two.
We have two. Okay.
The first cooking show that you guys are going to be part of is the 12-hour show. We're doing a 12-hour live stream live. New Year's Eve. We're going to start at noon, and with 12 hours, we'll go till the crack of midnight, Los Angeles time. And the kid is going to do 2 or 3 hours in the cooking. And Jennick's mom's going to pop in, and I'm going to pop in. We're going to set everything up in the kitchen. You guys remember all the different camera angles that we had over the food, over the prep area, wide shots. We'll click through all that. It really is a lot of fun, and it looks good too. The way we click through the event. That's the first one. The second one is going to happen in February, sometime late February or early March, and it is a steak preparing competition. A steak-off between Chef John, who you guys all know, Chef John, and Christine Matlock, and she's of course married to Ben Matlock.
For those on the other platforms.
Try
Never
that again.
lost a game.
No, you try again.
Oh my
and that's against Chef John versus Christine Matlock, and she, of course, is married to Ben Matlock.
Never lost a case.
Never lost a case. You can't miss that. That has to be.
Oh my
Come
gosh.
on now.
Oh my gosh.
That's going to be up at their house. We're going to pull out all the stops. We're going to fly Chef John in. We're going to put everything up there. We're trying to get Dr. Madrina up there. Sun Valley Fox will be there. St.
You
Donna.
have to tell on the
event.
other platforms what's going on because they don't know those people on Facebook and Rumble.
Well, Chef John, how do I describe Chef John? I mean,
Chef John is a real chef
Yes.
that we met at a restaurant.
We did.
And Christine Matlock is a very good friend of ours.
Yes.
And we didn't put this together.
No.
They challenged each other.
They kind of butted heads
on a live
and
stream.
we're like, well, let's turn this into something so everybody can watch the challenge.
We're sort of sponsoring it.
Yeah, but that'll be a lot of fun. So there's two that are happening, and we're going to put out the order of who's coming on when for the 12-hour live stream. It's going to get split up. I'm probably going to get stuck with the last one, probably from 9:30 till midnight or 10 till midnight. Jennick's mom's going to do an hour and a half or so by herself, so you guys get her one-on-one. The kid's going to do
Come
one.
with your questions.
Yeah, get your questions ready. The kid's going to do some time. He's going to have some time with Addie. I think he's going to have one friend over. So they're going to mix up. We're going to split it up and bounce it around. But it's going to be 12 hours. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you guys can be there for that. If you got nothing else going on, a lot of you have New Year's Eve plans. You're going out. You're doing stuff, which you shouldn't. You should not ever travel on amateur night, because that's when everybody drinks and thinks they can drive. This is their first attempt at going out after they turn 21. That's rookie night.
Amateur night.
Don't go out for them. All right.
Hogs wants to know who's judging the steak contest. We're not sure how we're going to do that yet.
Well,
we're not sure.
And what we're thinking is that if Dr. Madrimi's there, Sun Valley Fox is there, and I'm there, we would be the primary three judges of that.
But we were hoping to get 3 members there too.
It'd be nice. I think Mike Perkins is going to stop by, but if we have an odd number, we can just have everybody cast a secret ballot. As long as there's an odd number of judges, someone has to win.
Yeah.
And I think that would be fun to do too.
So we have a few months to figure that out. It'll be sometime in the spring because they live up in the snowy part of
we can't
Nevada.
shovel 9 feet of snow to plug in our cameras and microphones. No. But it's going to be a lot of fun to do that. So look forward to those two. The first one's coming up pretty soon, but we'll keep you apprised. Is there anything else between the sheets?
Let me just double check it. There wasn't anything. T-Bone tonight on YouTube gifted 5 memberships tonight. Welcome to all the new members on YouTube. That'll be fun.
I hope that people on Facebook take time to go to the General's Lunchbox, because if they join the General's Lunchbox, there's not a lot of conversation in there, but there is a shit ton of stuff, personal, Gen X Talks family stuff that goes back 4 years.
Yeah,
and
lots.
it's still up there, but you got to go look. You got to take some time and go back through it, but you got to be a member to do it. But it's worth it. It's $1. And if you're on Facebook, it's $1. And everything's there. Facebook, the General's Lunchbox, gets the same as every other member site. They're not cut short at all.
Yeah. A78 Fixer just now on $10 on YouTube. Whiskey Fund. Happy birthday.
Thank you, my man, for the Whiskey Fund.
Yep.
That was, so those of you who are our members, you saw a pretty good little collage, 2 collages today of what went on for the gambling, the money, and boyfriends.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun. But you guys got pictures of that. Nobody else did. Not for public consumption, behind a family oriented. So you guys members a little bit tighter than everybody else. So that's it. Anything else? Or we done
let me
wrapping
just
stuff up there?
I'm just double checking all my stuff here.
All right. Take your time and look through it. She goes between the sheets. And if you guys don't know what the sheets are, to my left, your right, is Gen X Mom sitting over there, and she's reading the sheets. And what the sheets are is that we have moderators on every page. And when you guys write something, they copy it and paste it and put it in Google Sheets. So she gets a list of everything cool, even the angry stuff, the fun stuff. If you put it on Rumble, if you put it on Facebook, if it's interesting, the moderators will copy and paste it and put it between the sheets. So when I say that my wife is between the sheets,
I'm between the sheets.
you know what I'm talking about. To my left, your right is the sheets. All right.
All right. Well, Firewood Art had before we go.
Yeah.
Wanted to know if we could all raise a glass to you for your birthday and wish you a happy birthday. So I know you're
drinking refrigerated Hawaiian water.
Yes, because you were drinking last night during cards.
I was. So I am drinking refrigerated Hawaiian water.
So everyone get a glass. The General's got his refrigerated water.
Yep.
Firewood Art requested this.
Everybody raise a glass, circle the wagons. Thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes and all the stuff you guys have written. I've been trying to go back and like them and respond to them. But thank you very much for showing up tonight. And thank you for wishing me a happy birthday. Nothing better than drinking with friends.
Cheers. Happy birthday, sweetie.
Thank you, darling. All right, it's time for me to close things out. Honey, do you have anything else to say?
I think we are done here.
Then say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Not sure where you're listening in from around the planet. AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things in life. Number 1, wherever you go, well, there you are. Just look down. It's proof positive. And number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I got to go, and I'm out.
Bye.